Imagine trusting the Pentagon to someone accused of blackout drinking, strip club trips, and staff complaints, and he just shrugs it off as smears?
And I just want you to tell me if these are true or false. Very simple. On Memorial Day 2014, at a CVA event in Virginia, you needed to be carried out of the event for being intoxicated.
Senator, anonymous smears.
Just true or false? Very simple. Summer of 2014 in Cleveland, drunk in public with the CVA team.
Anonymous smears.
I'm just asking for true or false questions. True or false answers. An event in North Carolina, drunk in front of 3 young female staff members after you had instituted a no alcohol policy and then reversed it. True or false?
Anonymous smears.
December of 2014 at the CVA Christmas party at the Grand Hyatt at Washington, D.C., you were noticeably intoxicated and had to be carried up to your room. Is that true or false?
Anonymous smears.
Another time, a CVA staffer stated that you passed out in the back of a party bus. Is that true or false?
Anonymous smears.
In 2014, while in Louisiana on official business for CVA, did you take your staff, including young female staff members, to a strip club?
Absolutely not. Anonymous smears.
So, is it accurate that the organization reached a financial settlement with a female staffer who claimed to be at a strip club with you, and there was a colleague who attempted to sexually assault her? Was there a financial settlement?
Senator, I was not involved in that. I don't know the nature of how that played out.
But you understand there was a financial settlement for a young female staffer who accused another member of the organization, not you, of sexual assault in a strip club.
We have multiple statements on the record referring to that.
But you claim you were not there when that occurred.
Absolutely not.
Now, the behavior I cited, if true, do you think that this behavior of intoxication, going into these type of establishments, women on your staff being so uncomfortable that they have to file these sort of harassment claims, do you think this is appropriate behavior for a leader?
Senator, the overwhelming majority of anyone who's worked for me, including the on-the-record statements that have been submitted to this, with their name on it, on the record, men and women who worked with me every day, are the overwhelming preponderance of evidence that testify to my leadership and professionalism in leading Vets for Freedom and Concerned Veterans for America.
Okay.
My leadership has been completely impugned on these veterans organizations that did fantastic work.
Mr. Hegseth, I'm not even going to go into the accusations.
And we managed our financial books with integrity across the board. How many people, everybody who runs a campaign.
I have limited time. I'm not going to get into the accusations that come from Fox News. I know you have some of your Fox News colleagues here. There were multiple instances of accusations against you about drinking on the job.
All anonymous, all false, all refuted by my colleagues who I worked with for 10 years at 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. and everything
The challenge here for me, Mr. Hegseth,
only seen me be professional
is when there is discussion about personal challenges and you admittedly had issues with heavy drinking. It's hard to kind of square this, to square the circle here. It's kind of a difficult thing to do. Let me ask you, if I have about 90 seconds left here, if you had to answer these questions about sexual assault against you and your drinking and your personal conduct, would it have been different if you were under oath?
Senator, all I'm pointing out is the false claims against me.
Okay, I take it you do not want to answer that question. I walked into this hearing this morning concerned that you haven't demonstrated adequate leadership in your civilian roles. And this is a dangerous world we're living in here. And America cannot afford a Secretary of Defense who is unprepared for that mission. I'm going to leave with concerns about your transparency. You say you've had personal issues in your past, yet when asked about those very issues, you blame an anonymous smear campaign, even when many of these claims are not anonymous? Which is it? Have you overcome personal issues, or are you the target of a smear campaign? It can't be both. It's clear to me that you're not being honest with us or the American people because you know the truth would disqualify you from getting the job. And just as concerning as each of these specific disqualifying accusations are, what concerns me just as much is the idea of having a Secretary of Defense who is not transparent.
Basically, Senator Kelly comes in trying to test Pete Hegseth's credibility, Trump's nominee for Secretary of Defense. And he doesn't ease into it. He immediately hits him with a series of allegations: being carried out drunk at events, drinking in front of staff, inappropriate situations, even being connected to moments where staffers felt unsafe. And every single time, Hegseth responds with the same line: anonymous smears, over and over. And look, I get it. Nobody wants to sit there and relive their worst accusations on live TV. But man, watching him dodge with the exact same phrase, no matter what the question was, it felt off. Like he was trying to hold the line so hard that it made things feel even more suspicious. And to me, the wild part wasn't even the accusations themselves. It was that clash between "I've overcome personal struggles" and "all of this is fake." Kelly basically calls that out, like, which one is it? Because you can't say "I used to have problems" and then deny every example someone brings up. At some point, the story has to connect. Now, I'm not here saying anyone's guilty or that allegations equal truth, but leadership, especially for Secretary of Defense, demands transparency. It demands answering hard questions, even when they make you uncomfortable. And watching Hegseth refuse to engage with any specifics, even when some of these claims weren't actually anonymous, that's where my eyebrows went up. At the same time, Senator Kelly's tone was sharp, very sharp. You could feel personal frustration in his voice, almost like he's tired of nominees being vague or evasive. But sometimes that tone can make the whole thing feel more like a courtroom drama than a confirmation hearing. And maybe that's part of why everything felt so chaotic. The deeper issue here? Trust. We're living in a time where public confidence in institutions, defense, intelligence, policing, media, everything is shaky. So when someone wants to lead the Pentagon, people want answers. Real ones. Not rehearsed lines, not deflections, and not political theater on either side. And honestly, I don't think either man came out of this looking perfect. Kelly was aggressive, maybe too aggressive at moments. Hegseth was defensive, to the point of refusing to clarify anything. Everyone looked tense. Nobody looked like they wanted to build confidence. They just wanted to win the moment. But here's the thing. America doesn't need wins in hearings. It needs truth and competence, especially for a job this important.